Hello everyone, I'm George Mylan. Well, thank you for coming back to my channel. This is about Meghan and Harry. Well, how wrong it is that they were given that award for being Global Humanitarians of the Year is just sick. It's scarcely credible that these two egomaniacs, who are always whinging, always feeling sorry for themselves, always playing the victim, should be seen as humanitarian. I mean, honestly, what have they done apart from produce these self-regarding videos? Now, I heard that Prince Harry donated $1 million to some charitable cause. So, okay, I have to hand it to him. For the first time in his life, he put his hand in his own pocket rather than somebody else's. Mostly, he's exhorting people on low incomes to dig deep, give till it hurts to these noble causes. He's a multi-millionaire because in the UK, there was what they call the civil list, taxpayers' money going to the royal family. Some of that went to him. So there it was, living in the lap of luxury. We didn't even have a minimum wage till the late 90s. People not even on the minimum wage were subsidizing him, as well as all the inherited money he got from his mother's side, from the late Queen Mother, the Empress of India. Ultimately, someone came from India, and he got all that. So he's never lacked for money, and he's lived far, far beyond his means, got money that he didn't earn, and was extremely tight-fisted, always wanting freebies. Elton John for paid for him to go on a business jet to holiday. Ordinary people, I have to pay for my own flights. I pay for my own hotels. Freeloaders and scumbags like him, no. They get other people to pay for it. The only reason that celebrities are sucking up to him is because of his royal status, not that he's ever achieved anything or he's ever remotely talented. Anyway, so Prince Harry went to receive that. How about humility? Don't accept it. Give it to someone, an unsung hero then. It's part of the World Mental Health Day, this gala, this Healthy Mind Projects. Okay. He said there's the Social Media Victims Law Center, and it's representing 4 people, saying that the 4,000 people, sorry, these people have suffered through social media. And okay, some people can suffer cyberbullying and things like that. They're able to take legal action and things like that. But Prince Harry's put himself in the firing line. Okay, he was born royal. He didn't choose that. He's not a volunteer, but he could have done an awful lot to keep his head below the parapet. He's gone out of his way to take flack, pun intended, by boasting about how many Afghans he killed, and therefore put the crosshairs on his children, because the Taliban, if they can't kill him, they might kill his kids, which I know is utterly outrageous. I don't want anyone to be assassinated, least of all a child. Even if Prince Harry has done something wrong, his children have never done anything wrong, and they should be kept out of this. But we know that's not the way that terrorists work. So goodness. So Prince Harry went on to say, there may be no road to closure for grieving parents because these companies refuse to disclose their children's information activity on platforms. If these were unintended consequences 10 years ago, what are they now? It's a pivotal moment in our collective mission to protect children and support families in the digital age. Well, did he really protect them in Afghanistan and so on? Methinks not. He's certainly against child protection, and he has long advocated for sexual violence against children, as indeed has his wife. So don't masquerade as humanitarians. They're absolutely not. If they really wanted to keep their children safe, keep them out of the public eye. How come you keep publishing photos of them and films of them? Archie, now 6, Lillibut, now 4, and so on. And then exploiting them to whitewash his own image. Like so many parents, we constantly think how to embrace technology's benefits while safeguarding against its dangers. That's what the Duchess of Sussex said. Okay, so they set up their Archwell Foundation, their Parents Network, and so forth. Parents Together, Oh Family Advocacy, Online Safety. Well, no, they don't. They promote extremely dangerous material online, and they're there to destroy the family, particularly children. Said there's an explosion of unregulated artificial intelligence. Well, that's certainly true, but AI is sometimes useful in helping in the workplace. We've witnessed the explosion of unregulated artificial intelligence, heard more and more stories from heartbroken families, and watched parents all over the world become increasingly concerned about their children's digital lives. Well, okay, so they've aired these pieties, but how does that make them humanitarians? How about aid workers in the field? How about surgeons? How about doctors, nurses, and so on in combat zones in the Democratic Republic of Congo, or Ukraine, or Sudan, or Yemen, or wherever you care to mention, or Gaza? People who are putting their lives on the line and not just podcasting from a 20 million pound mansion in Montecito, California, who are stopping bullets, literally operating on people in very, very dangerous circumstances. You know, I knew about 2 Harvard-trained pediatricians in Tanzania doing heroic work, saving children's lives every single day. They could be on $500,000 each in the United States, but they said because they would be dealing with the worried well, we would be dealing with the children of upper middle class parents, and of course, children rich or poor should get health care. But the point is, these children usually didn't need it to be brought to the pediatrician unnecessarily. Whereas in Tanzania, they make a pittance, but these men were saving lives every single day. And you know that they were really following a doctor's vocation. But you know, there's going to be no media spotlight on them. They're doing it for the right reasons, not just grandstanding, not just to burnish their image. So Meghan and Harry, they're certainly not humanitarians. They're the complete opposite. They're utterly inhumane. And it's vile that these overprivileged, self-regarding whinge bags should be loaded with honors that they didn't deserve. I mean, he rails against privilege. Check your own privilege. He's literally privileged, privileges, private laws. In the United Kingdom, there's some exemptions, various acts of parliament for the House of Windsor. That's applicable to him in the United Kingdom, obviously not in the United States. Thinking that the red carpet should be rolled out for him, he should be treated with this obtrusive display of deference because he's Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, insisting on this titles, demanding that their son and daughter receive the titles Prince and Princess, and they did. Anything that doesn't go Meghan's way, it's racist, 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 and so forth. Wow, wow. Preaching at us from their mansion in Montecito. All right, it doesn't make them bad to be rich, but I'm not one for the Bible usually, but yes, I think it's harder for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. If he's really a moral person, why doesn't he give away his wealth to the poor? And yes, he's given away $1 million. The only time he's done it, that's a fraction of his true wealth. And most of the wealth he's got simply because of his title, not because he's actually done anything. It's not that he really makes sacrifices. Doing a podcast, giving an interview, that's some sort of sacrifice. And that will shine a light on whatever issue he wants to highlight. It'll also burnish his halo. And make more money. And he's constantly monetizing his royal status, pay us for this podcast or that podcast. The mundanities of home life. Meghan Markle made programs. Here I'm boiling a cup of tea, or I don't know, slicing up lemon or something like that. Wow, what gripping viewing. And there are obviously enough imbeciles out there who'll be glued to the goggle box just because she used to have HRH in front of her name. Very feminist. No, don't call me Markle, it's Sussex. No, you're not Meghan Sussex. Sussex is a ducal title. The surname is Mountbatten Windsor, but she's an ignoramus as well, not as thick as her husband. Well, she clearly wears the trousers in that relationship and the strap on. Thank you for watching my channel. Make sure you subscribe to me on Patreon. Donate at PayPal, georgecallahan79@gmail.com. Goodbye.